So, an Alabama district judge that just got his position has angered a whole bunch of people. There was a mass shooting at the Morehouse-Tuskegee Classic college football game on October 4th. During that time, there were four individuals that decided to open fire. 14 people were either injured or taken out, and it's been bad. Well, one of these suspects is out on a $60,000 bail. They have a whole bunch of people angry about this. Why? Because if he's willing to do this at a college football game, what's he willing to do now that he's free? Now, I'm not real sure what the whole thought process is on this, but we're going to cover this. But to know about the person that we're talking about, the judge that we're talking about, his name is Michael Godwin. He's been appointed to the Montgomery County District Judgeship. This was done by Governor Kay Ivey recently, and we're talking like June. Oh no, pardon me, April 5th, 2025. This dude before this was a judicial law clerk, mediation coordinator for the Montgomery County District Court in 2008. From 2010 to 2025, he practiced law at Chambliss Math and Carr PC in Edmondson Godwin in Montgomery. So this feller who got a Bachelor of Arts degree in English from Birmingham Southern University and then a Juris Doctor from Thomas Good Jones School of Law in Montgomery, has decided that he doesn't want to care what the people are saying, and he doesn't care that this fella could possibly have done what he is being accused of doing. But we're going to take a look at all this, like I said. So, hit like, hit subscribe if you want to know what's going on the local, state, and federal level of government, because all levels of government need to be examined and paid attention to. You need to understand what is happening so that when you go to vote, you know who to vote for correctly. Now, let's get into this story.
Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
Now, an Alabama judge rejected calls from prosecutors and community members to increase bond for a man charged with the attempted murder as a suspect remains out of jail. Shooting took place on October 4th, just after the 11:30 p.m., following the Morehouse-Tuskegee Classic college football game in Montgomery, Alabama. Montgomery Police Chief Jim Gravois said 2 people were killed and 12 were injured, adding that only one of the 14 victims was the intended target. He said there were multiple shooters. This started as a result of an individual, one of these 14, who we believe was targeted, in which basically an exchange of gunfire erupted, Gravois said. When that exchange erupted, multiple people in the crowd pulled their own weapons and started discharging. One of the suspects, Javorick Whiting, 19, was arrested on October 16th and charged with attempted murder in relation to the mass shooting. According to court documents, the suspect Whiting, allegedly shot, was last reported in critical condition. After being taken into custody, a judge set bond at $60,000, which Whiting was able to post on October 17th through a bail bond company, court records obtained by Fox News digital show. After outcry from the community, prosecutors filed a motion to increase Whiting's bond, arguing $60,000 is woefully inadequate. Current bond amount is woefully inadequate to protect the public from this dangerous and violent criminal, the DA's office wrote. DA's office wrote that the 19-year-old's actions show he's a danger to the community and therefore should be behind bars. However, District Judge Michael Godwin denied the motion to increase bond, writing the prosecutors didn't present any new evidence. Godwin wasn't the judge who set Whiting's $60,000 bond. The issue the court has with state's request is that there are no new or additional information the state has presented to the court that was not presented or available at the initial appearance hearing when bond was addressed, Godwin wrote. Republican Governor Kay Ivey previously expressed her frustrations in a Facebook post. Today we learned that one of the four suspects has been released back onto the streets, Ivey wrote on October 20th. This is exactly the legal loophole that I and many of the legislators sought to close when I signed the Safe Alabama package. Next May, all Alabama voters will have a chance to end mandatory bail for those suspected of attempted murder by voting to expand ANIA's law. I will not forget today's troubling news when casting my vote. ANIA's law was passed in 2019 in honor of Ania Blanchard, who was murdered in 2019 by someone who was out on bond for violent offenses. The law allows judges and prosecutors to request to deny bail for offenses such as kidnapping, murder, intimate relationships, and aggravated child abuse. Lawmakers recently passed legislation which would add attempted murder to the list of eligible charges in Ania's law, but it still needs to be approved by voters in the state. So, one judge sets it really low, another judge is refusing to raise it. So that's the situation here. Now look, I ain't getting into any of the talks of skin color and all that. What I'm going to say is this. This person is accused of a very heinous crime. It sounds like a whole bunch of folks couldn't have common sense when it came to a public gathering. They decided this was the right place to commit violence. Now, I don't know much about Montgomery now. I've been to Montgomery, and I ain't as old as the civil rights movement, so I don't know what was going on before then. But now, I've never really had a problem when I went to Montgomery. Somebody can tell me something different, because it's been a while since I've been there. Maybe I would just happen to be with the nice places there. Hung out there with some folks that I knew from my days in the Marine Corps, and I never had that many problems. But I guess Montgomery's changed now. But I'll tell you this much, I don't understand why any judge want to set a bail that low for such crime. You want to keep these people in jail, one, because, well, there might be some folks out in the community that might want to take justice upon their own hands, or if this is because there were other actions going on because of some kind of personal beef or whatever, this person could have their life taken. That's, you want to have them have their day in court. At the same time, it is a bad look right now for these judges, and I have a feeling that KIB's trying to understand what needs to be done with this judge right now that she just appointed in a few months ago. Now, you tell me what you think. If you're from Alabama, I want to hear from you. Maybe you know something I don't know because I've looked what little I've looked up, and I've done some looking. I ain't hearing a whole lot of difference on this. Maybe you can help me with that. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.